Hello beautiful humans, and welcome back to a new video. It's now the beginning of June here in the Canadian Rockies, and although it's been rather chilly with a few random snowflakes and wind, the direct sun is strong and the days are now at their longest. Suddenly everything is blossoming and blooming all at once, filling the forests and fields with so much green that my heart wants to burst. It is such a special feeling to see the valleys come fully alive again, and knowing that the higher mountains will soon follow. I'm so excited to spend as much time outside as possible this summer. Everything in me is feeling awakened and inspired again, and I think all the animals of the wilderness are feeling the same way, including the bears. Good morning, everyone. So, funny little story from yesterday. Chris and I have been in the middle of renovating the kitchen back here. And yesterday, while Chris was in the middle of sawing the countertops, it was making this, of course, insanely loud, deafening noise. So I was sitting here in my lovely, tiny little office space next to the window with my noise-canceling headphones on, which definitely weren't cutting out all the noise, so I was kind of on edge just because I'm quite affected by loud noises. The saw was going in the background 10 feet behind me, and then this shadow fills my space, and I look up out the window, and what do I see? The biggest bear I have ever seen, literally right there, its face 5 feet away, staring in the window at me. And oh my gosh, the way that I jumped and my heart rate got going. At first I couldn't even comprehend what I was looking at. My brain wanted to say, is this somebody's dog that's out loose in the yard? No, this is way too big for a dog. This is like a horse. This is a bear. As soon as I realized what it was and I yelled at Chris, I was like, bear, bear, and Chris was like, what, with the saw going and stopping, and we were both screaming and oh my gosh. So I guess the bears are officially out of hibernation here in the Canadian Rockies, and I am officially glad that I wasn't sitting outside in my chair on the lawn yesterday like I've been craving to do with the sunny weather coming, because if I was sitting out there with Pepper, that would have been a little awkward run-in when the bear decided to come for a little visit. Whew. After that first bear sighting of the year, we started seeing more wildlife everywhere. I've always been a huge animal lover, and this is my favorite time of year to witness all these beautiful creatures emerging into the blossoming world again. So Chris and I decided to throw our camping mattress into the car and spend the week exploring the mountains, disconnected from the modern world so we could reconnect with nature for a while. I think the more often we put ourselves directly in the path of natural beauty with an open heart and patience, we begin to feel more at ease and grounded, more attuned to the pace of the natural world, which, in turn, will often reveal moments that I never would have imagined. I've never seen bear cubs before this moment, and watching this little bear family relaxing in the spring sunshine filled my heart to the brim. I actually wanted to cry. I had never seen anything more precious. We ended up spending an hour with this beautiful family, watching them from a safe distance with a very long camera lens. I just could not believe how beautiful this moment was. And the beauty didn't stop there. That night, we witnessed the most incredible aurora show I've ever seen this far south in Canada. Watching the lights dance all night felt like we were in some kind of fantasy world. So strange and surreal all at once. I could only stare in awe, never having seen so many colors dancing in the sky before. Good morning, everyone. We are out here in the mountains currently at Cameron Lake with my camera set up out there, as you can see. And excuse how I look right now, it's been probably almost a week since I last had a bath. But that is all about to change because I am about to take my very first glacial ice bath. My partner Chris over here is a big fan of the ice baths. Yes. Done them many a times. But he has never been able to convince me to follow him out there because I get cold easily, and it's never been a very high desire on my bucket list to freeze my butt off in an icy lake. But I do hear of the many health benefits that come with ice baths, and also the fact that apparently you feel like you've just had 10 coffees when you come out. And right now I am severely lacking in coffee, so this, I guess, is the best I'm gonna get. Whew, I'm a little nervous, but there might be some screaming. But here we go. Woo-hoo. Yeah, let's go. Oh boy. I'll be honest. At first, it felt like I was gonna die. The shock of the icy water snatched my breath away immediately, like I lost complete control of my body, and I did panic a little when I couldn't get my breath back. But the thing is, if we can surrender to and let go of our fears, we actually do have more control than we think we do. And with Chris's gentle encouragement, I was able to settle into my breath again, overcoming my mind's fear and my body's limits, becoming completely engaged in the moment. I stayed in for 2 minutes, which felt kinda like a lifetime, but I was proud of myself for holding out even that long. It was exhilarating. But would I do it again? When I first came out, I would have said hell no. A nice warm cup of coffee on the shoreline would have been just fine instead for me, thank you. But now, well, maybe. There was something to it, and I was honestly so glad after I did it. So maybe this will be a more regular occurrence? I guess we'll just have to wait and find out, won't we? At the end of May, I found myself alone with Pepper again, soaking in the quietness after Chris left for Mongolia. Because we live in such a tiny space, and maybe because Chris's personality is so excitable, life always feels suddenly very quiet when he leaves to teach photography around the world. But these quiet weeks give me a chance to catch up on my own time, to tune more into my inner world for a while, which I find I need often as a severely introverted and introspective person. So, I am definitely not a morning person. Kind of taking every ounce of my being to be awake right now. Last night, I don't think I slept any more than an hour tops. I've accidentally gotten in the habit the last few days of staying up till well after midnight. And today, the wake-up call was 4 a.m. because I've got a filming project to do, which is also why I'm putting on some makeup today. I normally don't wear makeup at all, but I also have rosacea and my skin on my face goes very red, especially when I'm nervous, when I have to do anything social, like talking to the camera. My whole face will go beet red and my chest as well. And I do get a bit embarrassed by it. So whenever I have to do like a talking to the camera sort of project, not so much for my own YouTube videos, but for professional work stuff, I usually put on a little bit of cover up just to help me feel a little more confident. But otherwise, I could literally not be bothered any other day. So yeah, you've all learned one of my many little social insecurities. Man, I'm gonna need so much coffee today. My eyes also get super sensitive to any kind of makeup, moisturizer, sunscreen. I've always had very sensitive dry eyes. So hopefully I can get this filming stuff done within the first few hours of the day so I can come home and scrub everything off and live in comfort once again. I'm opting for a green springtimey look for today's adventures. My dress is falling apart, but what else is new? What is the temperature going to be today? Ooh, 2 degrees outside. That is a wee bit chilly. I will be wearing some layers this morning. To be honest, I really wish that I was more of a morning person. For the last 15 years or so, every time I wake up really early, I always feel kind of physically sick. Like, it takes me genuinely a good solid 2 hours at least before my body feels normal enough and not nauseous enough for me to tackle the day with joy. I can be really grumpy when I wake up, but coffee helps to fix everything, and I wish that I was more of a morning person, because once I am up, if I am up early enough that I can slowly sip my coffee, let my body kind of relax, let the nauseousness, nausea, however you say it, go away, then mornings are my favorite time of day after those initial couple hours. I just love how peaceful and quiet mornings generally are before the rest of the world wakes up. And usually there's less wind, might be morning fog out there. All my favorite things tend to be the morning, except for waking up. I am proud of myself for getting up this morning though, and for staying awake. So cheers to that. Shot list for the day, lest I forget anything. Spray. All set. I have to bring this camera too, obviously. I hope you can all enjoy my choice of fashion. Hiking shoes with dresses. You know, gotta be practical. Ready, Mr. Passenger? Let's do this. just learned one thing for how out of breath I am for just running across that field. I've now realized that if a bear ever did chase me, I would not last. Alright, how's this for a ridiculous setup? I'm filming some BTS of this camera for my client project, but I realized that I don't have another tripod to film the camera that needs filming, and the camera that needs filming is also going to be filming me out there. I feel like this is Inception. It's like a camera within a camera, and I'm gonna be out there on the other end, and then this camera is filming this camera. Camera. Ah! So complicated, isn't it, Pepper? Yeah, he doesn't care. You don't care, do ya? So while we were out shooting today, we had to cross this swamp that was full of leaves and sticks on the top part of the water, and it was so full of leaves that you couldn't really tell there was water underneath. I knew though, so I crossed on a log. Pepper didn't get the memo, and he jumped right in thinking it would be solid ground, and then he disappeared into muck and ick and all the grossness, and came out super smelly, didn't you? So now it's bath time. How you doing, mister? Are you feeling a little bit better now? Precious baby. So this pretty much wraps up this month's video, and I hope that maybe seeing these moments brought you some heartfelt joy and inspiration like it did for me over the last few weeks. Currently, I'm getting ready now to go camping with Pepper for a few days, so I might have a new video to share soon after that. But meanwhile, I'm sending you all my love, and I hope that beauty finds you wherever you are. I'll see you here again soon.